This would be a demonstration of the dCloud Webex Contact Center customer and agent experience. On this tab, we've got the Cumulus Finance vertical that we selected, and we can click around here to see what information is provided to us. But let's say that our customer contact is not finding exactly what they want. They could use these other communication methods to reach into the Cumulus Contact Center. They've got the Call Us button, which has a number of different options, which we'll talk about later on. They've got the ability to chat by clicking on the bubble chat, or they can click on the chat now if they've been offered a preemptive chat. But for now, I'll just click on Email an Expert to get a contact into queue. And I've put in my customer contact information that I defined in my customer demonstration profile within the dCloud toolbox. So put in yours and put in any information you want to get answers on based on the vertical. And we'll click on Send. And you can see that that was sent in. So now we'll move over to the agent desktop, and we could see that our agent, Sandra Jefferson, is logged in right now, and she's in the not ready state. And I'll leave her in the not ready state for a minute so we can have a look around her desktop. When I click on this button, I can see some additional information, such as the extension that she's logged into, in this case 80, and then my 4-digit PIN, which is 1121, the team that she's on, and if there were other teams that she could be part of, she could switch teams perhaps later in the day, if that was required. The channel capacity, and we could see here that she's a blended agent, where she can handle multiple media types, including in her team's case, up to 1 voice call, 2 emails, and 2 chats simultaneously. And we'll see more around this once we get the IMI mobile fully integrated into the demonstration. We can see her notification settings, so an agent can go ahead and decide if she wants to hear audible alerts or enable silent notifications, and for the audible, she can determine how loud she wants that to be and play it back. And the agent can move widgets around. And if they do that, they can click here to reset the entire desktop layout to make it look like it originally did when they logged in. And I can also switch to dark mode if this is easier on the agent's eyes. But I'll leave that in light mode right now. And we've also got keyboard shortcuts in case there are agents that want to use their keystrokes to do things instead of using their mouse to point and click to do these activities. And if there's ever an issue, they could click here to download an error report as well. Some of the other widgets we have on this screen are the agent performance statistics. So the agent can see how they are doing versus the rest of their team in terms of total handle contacts, average handle times, and wrap-up times. And there are a number of other statistics that you can click into as well and modify the filter range if you wanted to. But you can go ahead and click on these on your own time. Now notice the More button here, which is showing you that there are more statistics that you could see that did not fit across the top bar. But you could click on these to have a look as well. The other widget we have is the CEA, or Customer Experience Analytics dashboard. Now, although this is the agent desktop, we're showing the supervisor view of this, which is the same that we would show if you logged in as Rick Barrows, the supervisor. At some point in the future, we'll be able to have separate dashboards for the agent and supervisor, and then for the agent, we will just reflect agent information in regards to NPS. But at a quick glance, you can see here that we're showing some information about NPS scores for the team, daily trends, NPS by team ID, inbound and outbound channel NPS. By the way, if you see anything like this with unpopulated fields, it just means we have no data for that time period. So you can scroll back up to the top and perhaps pick a longer time period, like 90 days. And then you should see information populating all of these screens, including the word cloud, showing the typed in customer sentiment feedback that we've received, and the theme cloud as well, showing the strength of keywords, and also if they were in positive, neutral, or negative commentary. And we've also got some NPS impact analysis information, and you can read about this on the side. And you can also look at the Webex Experience Management demonstration within dCloud, as that will have a lot further information on Webex Experience Management itself. And we could see some goal recommendations for NPS that a supervisor or team might want to look at to see where they could improve certain types of communication skills to increase their NPS overall scores. So let's go ahead and put this agent into the ready state, and we should see that email come in. So here I see some information about this email, and I could shrink or expand that, and I'll go ahead and click on the Accept button to bring this into our working pane. So we can see that the email is presented here, and other information is also presented, such as the customer experience journey, so I can see how this contact has rated us in past interaction surveys, whether they were voice or emails or chats, to get a feel for how their feedback has been and the customer's sentiment. And I can also click on the contact history button right here as well to see some of their past digital channel interactions. And I can click on the view transcript button to see the full email conversation that went on in that past contact. With an email, I could just do a quick reply if I wanted to, or I can also click on the reply button to bring up the rich text editor, where I can further go ahead and edit any content and also attach files if I need to send that to the customer. And I've got the CC button here if I need to add additional recipients to it, and the transfer button if I wanted to demonstrate transferring it to another queue. But I'll just go back to viewing the original email and then send this out as it is. And then I'll put in a wrap-up reason selection and submit that, and the agent is back and ready for the next contact. And you could go back to your email application at that point and see that the email was sent out from the agent's response. But for now, let's say that our customer Rob is back on Cumulus Finance, and they've got a question that they wanted a very quick answer for, so they're going to click the Chat Now button or the bubble chat. And they'll just enter in their information. And select the reason for the contact and click the Start Chat button. And in this case here, because I chose the Cumulus Finance site that has the artificial intelligence tied to it, we see that the bot is greeting us. And we would go ahead and follow the demonstration script here for the specific vertical. And we can see that the bot is giving us some automatic replies. Let's say this customer liked the rates and wanted to speak to an agent instead. They might just type in, "Can I talk to an agent?" And in this case, it's been set up to deliver that contact into an agent once we see the keyword expert or agent. So we can see the contact has arrived on the agent desktop. So I'll click on the Accept button and bring it into our work pane. And again, we see information on the customer experience journey on the right-hand side and the contact history again. And we've got our chat right here in the main working pane. I can click here to bring down and see more information about this contact, and also which queue they came into and what category they selected in the chat form. And I can also click down here to go ahead and choose our predefined chat responses, such as a greeting. And back on the customer side, we see that they're having a conversation with the agent. And we also see that the agent had received the chat transcript of what was already discussed between the customer and the chat bot. So they know what has already been answered by the artificial intelligence and when they entered the conversation. So they can use this information as they provide the customer their responses. And if you log in another agent, such as a supervisor, Rick Barrows, you could click on the transfer or conference to be able to go ahead and add them in. So that would be the chat experience. And we'll go ahead and end that. And by the way, you can leave these all up so you can receive multiple contacts at the same time and see them stacked up right here. And we see another email contact coming in. So I'll go ahead and click on that and accept it. So I can show switching between the different types of contacts. And I'll go ahead and end this chat. And again, I'll need to fill out the wrap-up reason here before this contact is completed. And back on the customer site, as the chat ends, you can go ahead and click on the X and you can save the chat transcript, or you can just close the chat and you can rate your customer experience. But you'll see more information on this as we get WXM integrated in for the digital channels as well. But let's take a look at the Call Us options. Now you see a number of different numbers in here. For the main customer and agent demonstration, you'll use the main number. You'll use the AI number if you're doing the AI calling demonstration, showing virtual agent voice interactions. And you would dial one of these other 3 numbers here during the Webex Experience Management demonstration, depending on if you wanted to receive a survey via voice, or after placing a call to this number, receiving a survey via email, or for this number, receiving a survey via SMS. So I'll go ahead and dial this main number, and we'll hear the call as it greets my customer, and then see the progression as the contact is delivered to the agent desktop.
Thank you for calling Cumulus Finance. Welcome, Rob Thomas. Press 1 for our home mortgage loans, 2 for advisor services, 3 for retirement plan types.
Press 1.
Press 1 to select mortgage deals, 2 for mortgage interest rates, 3 for mortgage comparison.
Press 2. And in this case, our call came into our Webex calling app, so I'll bring this up and go ahead and click on the answer button to receive the contact. And now we see on our Webex Contact Center agent desktop, on the top section here, we have some information in the form of call variables that we can present to the agent, and this is totally customizable. And we can also click on the customer experience journey to see how this contact has rated us in recent surveys on their past contacts with us. So we can get a feel for if they have been handled in a way they would like recently, or if they're looking for better customer service from us. And I can go ahead and click on the contact history again to go ahead and see where this contact has reached out to us in the past. I've also got the capability to click on these right here to be able to go ahead and customize this desktop the way I want to see it, shrinking and expanding pieces of the interface so the agent can best utilize their overall agent workspace. And I can also click on this to go ahead and expand any of the widgets as well, so I can see more if information is perhaps showing up down below further in the widget. And I've also got contact capabilities here, such as putting the caller on hold and resume, consulting another agent, and then use the pull down to search on the agents, or clicking on the dial number if I need to dial somebody outside of our contact center environment. The agent also has the transfer button here, again to transfer to an agent, or to a customer service queue, or to put in a specific number to transfer to. And we have recording turned on automatically in our environment, and you can go ahead and pause your recording or resume the recording. So hopefully this gave you a good overall understanding of the Webex Contact Center customer and agent experience. Thank you.